The Backrooms. It's a name we've all heard a million times by now, and it has become an internet phenomena much larger than anyone could have anticipated. New found footage videos are popping up on YouTube daily now, with many people creating their own timeline and stories. However, it wasn't always like this. Naturally, we'll start with the origin of the Backrooms. Where did they come from? When did this craze of liminal solitude begin? I know this might come as a shock to some of you, but Kane Pixels actually didn't make the Backrooms. Crazy, I know. People have been talking about the Backrooms and making 3D renders for years. After all, the original photo dates back to 2018. Yeah, you heard me correctly. It's commonly thought that the original Backrooms photo originated on May 12, 2019 from 4chan, when an anonymous user posted it with a description of the Backrooms that we've all heard a million times before. However, thanks to a video that I found by the channel Dephy, I discovered that there was an earlier 4chan post that predates this one by over a year, and was posted anonymously on April 21st, 2018. The oh-so-famous description of the Backrooms wasn't made until 2019 and was most likely by someone completely different. They were only referencing that Backrooms photo as well as a few others that were linked in their post. As for the photo itself, nobody knows for sure where it came from before it was uploaded to 4chan. DavidCrypt has made a video on the very subject and had assembled a team to try to find the location of the original Backrooms photo, but as far as I'm aware, the origin has yet to be found. With the concept of the Backrooms spreading rapidly and gaining popularity, it wouldn't be long before other people would start adding their own expanded lore and backstories. With the Backrooms subreddit being created just days later on May 17th, 2019, and a fan-made wiki emerging sometime in July of that same year. The expansions we saw from the community mostly came in the form of levels and entities. Despite the origin stating that the Backrooms were 600 million square miles of yellow walls, some felt that the Backrooms needed more variety, and thus many different levels were created. The Backrooms wiki has documented literal thousands of levels, and according to it, it seems to suggest that the Backrooms are infinite. Along with the addition of new levels, there also came new entities or monsters that would roam the halls. I feel this was done in part to add something a little more interesting to the otherwise empty rooms, but also because the original post did seem to imply that there might be something in the Backrooms with you, quoting, "God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell has heard you." The entities are categorized into hazard classes based on how dangerous they are, and also have a habitat level of how common they are found throughout the Backrooms. According to the Backrooms wiki, it seems that there are also thousands of entities, each with their own unique name and characteristics. With the Backrooms exploding in popularity, there have been countless found footage videos and expanded lore to come out of such a simple base concept. The Backrooms wiki is constantly being updated with new levels and entities, and it doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. And I will say, I'm quite impressed with the amount of dedication the community has to creating such an expansive universe, especially in the documentation of all these levels and entities on the wiki, with each having a full description and some having example photos. I think it's great how a simple idea has sparked such a huge variety of content on the internet in a relatively short amount of time. Now with that being said, I miss the old backrooms. I really do. Before it had all this newfound attention, it was a much more simple thing, consisting of mostly just the yellow walls, buzzing lights, and the potential for something to be hunting you down. But you wouldn't really know for sure what it was, but just that it was there, lurking in some dark hallway or just around that next corner. And I think that's why I fell in love with the backrooms in the first place, was because the fear or creepiness didn't come from entities or scary looking levels, but rather the idea that at any time, at complete random, you could just fall through the floor and end up trapped in a labyrinth completely alone. In my opinion, the fear of isolation combined with the fear of the unknown makes for one of the most terrifying experiences you could have. Not only do you have no idea what dangers, if any, are lurking, but you are completely alone with no knowledge of how to get back. I feel like the backrooms have become so oversaturated with seemingly random stuff that doesn't really fit with the original concept, especially recently. It also takes away from the eeriness of it all when everything is spelled out for you, like the wiki's expansive database of entities and levels. All darkness and mystery is completely removed, which personally was half the fun behind it. Speaking of entities and levels, I definitely think those have spiraled out of control by this point. I mean, we have entities such as ghosts, the mail carrier, and the washing machine? Yeah, a literal washing machine. The wiki's description is as follows. Washing machines are hostile entities which resemble washing machines of the front rooms. Front rooms being the world we live in. When disturbed, these entities will spring into motion, pulled along by wires and cables that pierce into the walls and heave the entity towards any living beings in their vicinity. The hatches of the washing machine will swing open, revealing a cognito-hazardous, swirling chaos that deals severe damage to the mind of anyone who observes it for any amount of time. So yeah, one of the backrooms entities is a literal washing machine that stuns you by looking into a swirly vortex. I don't have words, honestly. Modern backrooms levels are just as bad in some cases. We even have a dedicated list of joke levels on the wiki, which are literally just memes and emojis from what I could tell. The sad part is that these joke levels aren't even that different from many of the normal levels. We have levels such as level 22, an abandoned parking lot, or level 52, a school hallway. There's even level 106, the fancy snack rooms. Not even really sure what that's supposed to be. And my biggest issue with a lot of these levels is that they are based on a single image, meaning someone just saw one liminal space photo and turned that into an entire level of the backrooms. To me, the whole process just kind of seems low effort and unoriginal. And you might be saying, well hey, isn't that the same for the original Backrooms post? Well, yeah, it was actually. The original Backrooms post was made after just a single image. But it was the idea and the original concept that took it to a whole new level. All pun intended. Nobody had really come up with something quite like it before. Also, I've seen way too many Backrooms levels that aren't even rooms. And to me, that's probably the most mildly infuriating thing. They're literally called back rooms. These are not rooms. A room, as per definition, is a part or division of a building enclosed by walls, floor, and a ceiling. It just doesn't make any sense to call these rooms. While I was writing the script for this video, I came across another video by Mr. Ferrante that I feel perfectly sums up my frustrations and feelings towards what the Backrooms have become. It's a short little rap about everything that's wrong with the new Backrooms, and it's done very well. Definitely go check it out if that's your sort of thing. It'll be linked below. Before I end the video, I just want to be clear. I'm not hating on anyone or trying to start a war in the comments. These are just my personal feelings towards the Backrooms and what they've turned into. I know a lot of people have only found out about the Backrooms recently, and never really knew about it when it was a lot more simple and less saturated. So I really can't blame people for liking whatever version they saw first. For the rest of us who have been here from the very beginning, from that first post on 4chan, I feel like a lot of us feel the same, and that the Backrooms have become something that is so different from what they originally intended to be. Again, the expanded lore, levels, and entities are great and all, for the most part, but I really love the version of the Backrooms where it was just the Backrooms themselves. Liminal spaces, void of any kind of life, the timeless feel that they gave, like being stuck in a perpetual twilight with no way out. When I was going through some rough patches in my life, I used to say, I wish I could go to the Backrooms to escape reality and just not have to worry about anything at all. Although the Backrooms were meant to be eerie and creepy, there was a personal sort of middle ground for me that made it feel like a great place to be isolated and alone, and to wander aimlessly and gander in awe at this strange and interesting architecture of the uncanny looking rooms and the large spaces that were seemingly used for no purpose whatsoever. And that's where I believe the true Backrooms to exist. Forever timeless, forever empty, and of course, forever liminal.